you know what? We can talk to we're blue in the fucking teeth, okay? We can talk about the round table, we can talk about the Council of Foreign Nations, the Trilateral, the fucking Royal Institute of National Affairs, the Club of Rome, the Bilderberg Group, the United Nations. I'm sick of it. Because we are running around in fucking circles until we get out there, on the fucking streets and put our mouth where we're talking about, out on the streets, where it matters. I know Chris is doing it. I know a few of us are doing it. There's no doubt about it. But Chris, I am a little bit pissed off. I'm a little bit fired up lately. The last few days, I come into the rooms, I laugh at a joke, Chris. But there's a more serious side to me, Chris, because I do get out there and I put myself amongst it. And I will tell you.
Yeah, I know you do.
On a daily basis, Chris. Chris, I come in and I joke about because that's me letting my hair down. I just want to have some fun at the end of the night. But Chris, I do go out there and I do put myself out there, mate. And I don't deserve any medals for it. I don't win any popularity, but I do get out there, Chris. And I know you do. I know Proton does. I know Bryza does. At the end of the day, but we all need to get out there, Chris. We all need to get out there, mate. We have to fucking get busy now. Really get busy.
Yeah, we do.
I'm sorry.
Well, see that's why exposing these groups like the Thule, the CNP, Common Purpose, Common Cause. When you can start connecting the dots to these groups, it's just like an investigation. Say, for example, you're a private investigator. In order to find the criminal, you have to find out who all the players are. Then you need to connect the dots. It's called building a case. And you have to build the case. If you go on out there and say, oh, okay, this is what I know, but you have no facts or evidence to back it up, then you're still working just on circumstantial evidence. But when you're creating a case,
we all have facts and evidence, don't we? That's the thing with it. And
the thing is, though, you gotta build that case. And Captain, you even know this.
Back it up.
That's right.
You know, it was a great man. You know, it was a great man for that.
What'd you say, Brian?
Great man for that. A great man for that was Columbo. Columbo was.
You know what, Chris?
That's no doubt.
You know what?
Because you saw the crime at the beginning, and it worked backwards, and it was just brilliant the way he just pieced it up together, and that's what you do. And at the end of the day, they were exposed. He got his man every time.
Oh my God! You know, Bryce, you want to know what's funny about that? My English professor when I was in community college, her name was Professor Falk, and her uncle was Peter Falk from Colombo.
Oh right.
Wow.
Her uncle was Colombo.
He's my favourite detective of all time. He makes Kojak look like a fucking idiot. But Chris, I'm going to tell you something about that
car used to drive around and the dog, brilliant.
I'm going to tell Chris something about his co-host, Bryza, a good friend of mine. Chris, I really do care about it a lot. I joke and I fuck around, I come in the chat rooms, but I do get angry on a daily basis. I do go out there, I do my best, Chris, I really do. But the point is, Brian called me and he said he called a meeting. It's a big meeting he called, and the only people that turned up were the people that were part of the meeting. It broke my fucking heart. Exactly, he told me. And you know what? He recently has had another thing and 50 people turned up, and that is beautiful. 50 people turned up to it.
Yeah!
And that's fucking brilliant.
Awesome.
Bravo!
Well, that was a kind of a lot of people got involved in that, I mean, it took a lot of work to get that together, but fuck it, I mean, you have to do it, you can't give up, can't give up. I mean, that night when nobody showed up, I mean, I was really I was down for a bit, and the guys were saying to me, listen, don't worry about it, man, fuck it, we'll do it again, And then a couple of weeks later, in another venue, there was 50 people there, and it was, you want to see these people.
No, that's
they were
brilliant.
They were weak. They knew we were being fucking conned, and they just said, enough of this shit. And there's people now really getting up and doing stuff here, which is great to see. It's still too small, but it'll grow. It will grow.
It might be small, but it's small, but it's big.
And see, you're right about that, Brian, because a lot of people laughed about the mortgage note, asking the question, who's holding the note. A lot of people laughed and joked and say, oh, that's just a bunch of conspiracy theory that doesn't work. Well, now you've got even reported in CBS News that people are asking for the mortgage note. Who's holding the note? And then you're starting to see the connections. Now, if people were to actually put all the evidence, all the information, all the documentation together, then you build a case to take these guys and ram them right in the heart with it.
That's right.
And
that's what this guy, Darrell O'Dea, that I know over here, he did exactly that. He took on the Bank of Ireland, a huge, powerful corporation in this country. Okay, he took them on and he wiped clean his mortgage of 700 grand. Cleared it. Because he asked the questions.
What I'm saying, Brian...
And had them.
All I'm saying,
they threatened him with everything. They threatened him with all sorts of shit, but he ignored it. He kept sending them back. He just wanted the answer to his question.
Well,
he never got it.
That shit's actually been going on in this country as well, man. Because the banks, the mortgage companies have been getting in trouble with these guys called the robo-signers. These guys that just sign away your fucking mortgage and say it's okay to go ahead and take the property without scanning the fucking paperwork first, which legally they're supposed to do. People have been actually taking their land back because they've been illegally, the mortgage companies and the banks have been illegally trying to take people's land without careful consideration.
Everybody has to refuse.
It's not just that, Charlie. It's not just that. What they've done is, okay, you're a homeowner, and you give a promissory note to the bank who loans you the money for the home.
Exactly, yeah.
Now, what happens after that is that promissory note, once it's sold by the original holder of that promissory note, they're supposed to register it right then and there. They are also supposed to let the person or the person who wrote the promissory note that we've sold your promissory note to this, that, and the other group. If they have not done that, then they have violated everything in that contract, which makes the housing contract that you purchased with that group null and void.
Right. And people have been winning cases, man. As long as you can afford a fucking lawyer, I mean, which, is a whole, topic in and of itself, but yeah.
The thing is, Charlie, if more and more people do this, fuck the lawyers. We'll just say, fuck you to the bank, fuck you. We're not paying you anymore. That's it.
Well,
fuck the lawyers. They're only middlemen. Know what I mean?
It seems like it's sort of getting to that point, actually, but...
more people know about this stuff and do this and start really challenging these institutions. They're gonna fold.
I do not recognize you.
What else look at, Chrysler? 2011, I think, is not going to be, because I've heard a lot of different predictions regarding 2011. Oh, it's going to be a third world war, or it's going to be this. In my opinion, from what I'm seeing, just looking at the energy levels of what's been happening around the world with people being fed up with the banking cartels and the criminal corporate entities.
I predict there will be another bad Adam Sandler movie. Another bad Adam Sandler movie will come up in 2011. Go ahead, CK.
I just have a feeling there's going to be a huge awakening that the globalists may not be prepared for.
I don't know. I think honestly, I think this is all, the whole awakening movement, I think, is engineered, to be quite honest. Because it's everywhere. I was listening to Howard Stern earlier today, and one of his big promos is "Wake up, America!" And it's like this is a common theme, and it all goes back to the fucking programming and shit like that. We talk about going down the rabbit hole and blah blah blah, and these are all MK Ultra terms, man. Something tells me this whole thing was fucking programmed. But for good or for evil, I do not know.
Well, so let's take a look at this type of awakening. Okay? The one that you're talking about, if you see it in the mainstream media, that's a scam.
Well, I mean, that is satellite radio mainstream media.
I rest my case. What I'm talking about is a lot deeper and a lot more spiritual than that.
Yeah, yep. But,
okay. And these guys are not going to know what hit them. This is just my own personal opinion.
It's going to hit them.
But don't you think there might be some at the top who might have engineered this and they want the mass awakening? There might be evil bastards at the top and good bastards at the top, and the good bastards sort of arrange this to defeat the evil bastards. Go ahead.
Well, can I say something from an English
Anything is possible in this system, Charlie. We are living in the Matrix.
Yep. Totally, man.
Well, I'll say something from an English perspective here. these people are running scared in England. They are really shitting themselves because it was a coalition government that we had, you know, and they are starting to really shit themselves.
Captain, I wanted to ask you something.
Right.
Do you mean like after the prince and his girlfriend got attacked? Is that what you're talking about? They're getting attacked and
no, I'm not talking about that. This government wasn't voted in by the English public. The government's been up for about a year and a half now, and stuff like that, but they weren't voted in by the English public. It was a hung parliament. Now the thing is with a hung parliament is they should not have a government, but they formed one. And so the people here are just getting really annoyed because basically nobody voted them in the first bloody place, you know? And now it's starting to get angry, and it will get angry by April. This time of year it's very cold in England, but come April, when the sun starts shining,
everyone will be out in the streets.
Yeah, we're all going to be out to play. I'm going out to play, I know that. Damn right I am. And I don't care if getting myself in a violent riot like the students did. And God bless them because they're very good at it. But we're all going out with the students as well. Because it's about time we all stood up and everybody knows it, you know. England's a little bit different from America, you know, but when the time to stand happens, it will happen, and it'll be spring next year when it happens. And when it does, boy oh boy, watch London riot, because I'll be down there with them, you know.
Yeah, well, I wish you luck, and guys, I gotta go though. So good talking to you, and I guess I'll see you tomorrow.
Yeah, Franco, thank you very much, man. Have a good night.
Yeah.
Have a good night.
Yeah, have a good night.
All right, always good to hear from Franco. You guys want to take a break?
Yeah, Franco's full of shit, man.
How so?
I think Franco's full of shit. I like his thinking. He thinks way outside the box.
Oh, I thought you said he was full of shit. So I thought you meant he was full of shit, but
no, I didn't say he was. Trust me, if I was going to say he was full of shit, I'd have told him that right when he was here online.
What'd you just say? I thought you said he's full of shit. What'd you just say, man?
I said he was cool as shit.
Oh, okay, all right. Yeah, man. No.
Yeah, he does, man. He knows his stuff, you know.
Right, and I like
he looks at things in a very rational manner, you know.
Yeah, and he thinks in a rational form, and he thinks outside that rationale. That's what we need, are people that can think outside of this matrix.
Yep.
And we need more people.
Can I ask Bryce a question, please?
You can,
yes. Okay. Yeah, what's happening with the water shortage in Ireland at the moment?
That's in Northern Ireland.
Yeah, yeah.
It's not
well, I know you're in Southern Ireland, aren't you?
Yeah. They're having some problems here too, but that's nowhere near as bad as up there. But it's because of the big freeze and everything thawed out and all the pipes burst everywhere.
Ooh.
And there are, I think 3/4 of the population are without water. It's bad. It's fucking bad.
That's terrible.
Like in one of the wettest countries in the world, you know, we've got a water crisis. It's laughable, really, isn't it?
Well, yeah, it's totally fucking stupid. It's like water's being privatized. It's like, yeah,
see, that's what's happened up north. You see, all that water has been privatized.
That's great. Yeah. So
it was all fucking shoddy work.
So what are they telling people to do? Boil the water or put tablets in the water or what?
I don't know. People are going down to rivers and lakes now to get their water.
That's what I'm saying, man. Look, I'm no survivalist genius, but I do know if water becomes scarce, you collect rainwater, or you go down to the creek and you take it back home and you boil it.